Dear students, in today's lecture, we will discuss several very important characteristics of vector space, say linear independence of vectors, and concepts of basis and dimension for a vector space. As you can see, first of all, we are discussing definition of linear combination for a vector space. Like VF is a vector space, alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha n are elements of V, means are vectors, and A1, A2 up to An are elements of F, filled F, that means scalars. Then mixing these vectors and scalars together like this, A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus up to plus An alpha n, or in summation form sigma I equals to 1 to n Ai alpha I. It's called a linear combination, that is LC, of these vectors, these n vectors. And we discussed this concept of linear combination because the important definitions of linearly dependent vectors or linearly independent vectors, that means LD or Li vectors, depends upon this linear combination. How? That is, if we have finite number of vectors, that is n vectors, alpha 1 alpha 2 up to alpha n, like there, of vector space, then these vectors are called linearly dependent, LD, if for n scalars a1 a2 up to an, that linear combination which we were discussing just before is 0. But for equality of that linear combination with 0 vector, not all of them 0, means not all scalars a1 a2 up to an are 0. At least one of these scalars is non-zero, or maybe more than one scalars are non-zero. So in that case, if at least one or more than that scalars are non-zero and that linear combination becomes 0, then we say that alpha 1 alpha 2 up to alpha n are the linearly dependent vectors. That is, a set of linearly dependent vectors is constituted there. And if same happens like a1 alpha 1 plus a2 alpha 2 up to an alpha n, that same linear combination becomes 0 vector, but the contribution for that 0 vectors equality for that linear combination is given by these all scalars, that these all scalars are also 0. In that case, at least one of the scalars was non-zero. Here all the scalars a1 a2 up to an are 0. Then we say that these vectors alpha 1 alpha 2 up to alpha n are linearly independent vectors. That was about important definition of linear combination, then linearly dependent or independent vectors. Now we can discuss several problems regarding the previous slide, that is proving Li or LD vectors for a set of given vectors. Like here question number 1, show that the following vectors of V3R, that is triplets, are Li. V3R means a vector space where vectors will be given in form of triplets because of this V3, like alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha 3 are 3 vectors, all are triplets, 1 1 0 1 1 1 and 2 1 3. Now for proving that linear independence of these 3 vectors, we choose any 3 scalars a1 a2 a3 belongs to filled. Filled is given as set of real numbers, so belongs to R. And then we start with that linear combination. If we have to check or prove Li or LD, always start with this equation, and that is linear combination of all scalars and vectors equals to 0. And then we simply find value as we are given with values alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha 3. We substitute these values, and 0 in right hand side means a 0 vector, so like vectors are triplets, so it is also 0 0 0. Then a1 a2 a3 are multiplied inside and then added together, so that equation comes. And if we equate the respective positions of all parts of triplets, we get 3 equations 1 2 3, and by solving these 3 equations we obtain the values of a1 a2 and a3 as 0 0 0. And if that linear combination is 0, provides that all scalars are also 0, that means the vectors which we were discussing must be linearly independent. So that is be proved, alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha 3 are linearly independent vectors. Now we talk over one more problem regarding Li or LD vectors for a vector space. Question number 2, show that the following vectors of V3 are, that is again V3R means triplets will be the vectors elements of V3. These are alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, 3 vectors, all are triplets 1, 3, 2, 1, minus 7, minus 8, 2, 1, minus 1. We have to prove that these are LD this time, and like usual pattern of starting these solutions, A1, A2, A3, 3 scalars are chosen. Scalars are chosen from set R because set R is given as a field here, and then using these three vectors alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 and A1, A2, A3, that linear combination equals to 0. Substituting values of alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, then multiplying and adding at respective places, and that 0 vector is to be written as 0, 0, 0 as a triplet. Now these three equations are obtained. Now if we solve these three equations, what will happen? If we use 1 and 2 together, as you can see, mixing 1 and 2 together, say subtracting any of them with some multiplier, finally we get a1 minus 3a2 equals to 0. And if we mix 1 and 3 together, again we get a1 minus 3a2 equals to 0. That means from two different combinations, if same result is obtained, that is we can say a1 is 3a2, that is a1 depends upon a2 or a2 depends upon a1. And if we take value of a2 as 1, then a1 comes as 3, and using these two values from any equations like here, from equation 1, a3 is obtained minus 2. That is, we can say that combination a1 alpha 1 plus a2 alpha 2 plus a3 alpha 3 equals to 0 is with three non-zero values of coefficients a1, a2, a3. a1 is 3, a2 is 1 and a3 is minus 2. That combination is looking like this. And if at least one of a1, a2, a3 up to an is non-zero, we say that it's LD case, and here say 3 non-zero scalars are obtained. So finally we say that alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 are linearly dependent vectors. Now we talk over several more important concepts of vector space. First of all, basis of a vector space. Let's define it. Any subset S of a vector space Vf, that is subset S of set V is taken here, and it is called basis of vector space Vf if it has two particular properties. First of all, the contents of S, that is all vectors which are the parts of set S, must be linearly independent. And second, S must generate V, that is V equals to Ls. Ls means its span, that is all vectors of V must be generated through S. That is, each vector of V is a linear combination of a finite number of elements of S. Then we can say it's the case of generation of all vectors of V from S. That is, all elements of S, or maybe a finite number of elements of S in a certain linear combination are equals to at least one vector of V. That is, all vectors of V must be generated by elements of S. And if we have these two things together, then we say then S is a basis of V. There are certain two important remarks. Remark 1, zero vector cannot be an element of a basis, because then the vectors of the basis will not be Li. As we know, if zero vector, then all scalars coefficient will be 0. That's why the LD case will be developed, not Li. That's why zero vector can never be an element of a basis. So in basis, all vectors must be non-zero. There must exist a number of bases for a given vector space. That is, we can't say that there is only one unique basis existing for a vector space. There may be a number of bases for, that may be 2, 3, 4, a number of bases for any given vector space. Then we talk about dimension. Dimension is nothing but related with basis, the number of elements in the finite basis. That is, basis must be finite. For defining dimension, basis must be finite. That is, that S must have finite number of elements. Then number of elements in that basis, then that finite basis is nothing but dimension of that vector space. Okay, the dimension of vector space denoted by dim V or capital DIM V. And if it is n, then V is called n-dimensional vector space. If finite basis is there, finite number of elements are there in basis, then we also call vector space as a finite dimensional vector space. In fact, till nothing else is written, we must consider a vector space always as a finite dimensional vector space. Now several remarks are there. Dimension of FF is 1. That is, if a vector space like that filled itself is a vector, so its every basis is a singleton set, means or any basis of this kind of vector space will be having only one element, singleton having only one element. That is one non-zero element of field F. That's why only one element will be there in any basis of this vector space. So dimension is 1. Dimension Vnf is equals to n. Vn means the elements of vectors are n tuples like e1, e2 up to en. It's a standard basis of Vnf containing n elements. Similarly, dimension of R2R, that is in place of Vn, if we have R2, that is doublets will be the elements, then its dimension 2. E1 and E2 will be in basis, so dimension will be 2. R3R's dimension is 3 because E1, E2, E3 will be in the basis. E1 means if E1, E2 up to En, then E1 means 1, 0, 0, 0 up to n minus 1 time. E2 means 0, 1, 0 means at place 1, 1, 1, then at place 1 to 1, at nth place 1, otherwise 0 at remaining places. A vector space is called a finite dimensional vector space if it has a finite basis, as I already told. Now we talk over an example regarding basis. If VR is the vector space of all ordered pairs of complex number over the real field R, then prove that the set S 1 0 iota 0 0 1 0 iota having these 4 elements is a basis of VR. We know that we have to prove 2 different properties for proving a basis. So first of all we show that S is linearly independent. For that 4 vectors are there in S, so we take 4 scalars, that is elements of field, which is R here. So 4 real numbers A1, A2, A3, A4 are taken, and then a linear combination is created. A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus A3 alpha 3 plus A4 alpha 4 equals to 0. That means A1 1 0 plus A2 iota 0 plus A3 0 1 plus A4 0 iota equals to 0. Vector means 0 comma 0 like other elements of set S or vector space. Then multiplying and adding them, A1 into 1 is A1 plus A2 iota, then A3 into 0 is 0, A4 into 0 is 0. So it's A1 plus iota A2 at first place, comma A1 into 0 0, A2 into 0 0. So A3 into 1 is A3 plus A4 into iota is iota A4 equals to 0 comma 0. So 2 equations are obtained. If we solve these 2 equations by real and imaginary separation, that is A1 is 0 and A2 iota is there not given, so I2 is 0 and A3 is 0 and A4 0, all 4 are 0. If all scalars are 0 in that linear, if that linear combination is 0, that means the vectors of that set must be linearly independent, that is we can say S is Li. Now we have to prove that all elements of V are made by finite number of elements of set S, and for that we design a general element of V, that is alpha is A plus iota B comma C plus iota. Instead of these elements, a general element, that is we can have say complex number at 2 places, so A plus iota B is one general complex number, C plus iota D is other. So a general element of V where A, B, C, D must be real number. Now alpha, that complex number, is written as elements of set of a finite number of elements of S. Say all elements are taken there. Say A into 1 0 plus B into iota 0 plus C into 0 plus D into 0 iota, means these 4 vectors are used here and multiplied with 4 real numbers A, B, C, D. That is, we can say any general element of alpha, which is element of V, any general element alpha of set V is written as a linear combination of all 4 elements of set S. That means all elements of set V can be written as a linear combination of all 4 vectors of set S in the same fashion. That's how we can say that S is spanning or S is linear combination of elements of, that is all elements of V are linear combination of elements of S. So V is equals to Ls. then both the things are proved. S is Li and V is Ls. That's how we can say that S is the basis of VR.